it wasn't just like, well, let's see, who can come to the birthday party, right? And so there is a reason for every person that is here, including you, Zach. Yeah. Wendy was the first person that we ever met before we moved here, because we didn't know anyone here. And we were introduced by another friend, and she didn't know us from Adam and invited us over for lunch. You and Rachel fixed us some stuff. And so this was our first friend here in Asheville. And that was when we were looking to rent. And so throughout the years now, we are like each other's go-to people for all kinds of good stuff, right?
Mainly health stuff.
Yeah,
we
it's
seem
like
to always be fixated.
yeah, it's like what do you know about blah blah blah? What do you do about blah blah blah? But your generous spirit and even not knowing us, just always rings true in my heart. So that you were the first, and then somebody in Santa Fe said, if you're coming to Asheville, you have got to contact Blaine Greenfield. Because he has got it happening also.
He knows everybody there too.
Michael Gill. So, Wendy knows like everybody too, and then Blaine knows everybody too. And it took us a while to connect. And Blaine invited us to, and some of you were there at the improv when he did the improv at UNC. Remember? That's where I first met you guys, and we just kind of didn't even know each other. You probably don't even remember us being there, but we were checking in.
At a really long table.
Yeah, at Vinny's.
Yep.
And I want you to know something, though. I used to walk our dog Misha over at Alfay Farm Way, and I said, I am so grateful that I have met the most incredible group of people that we have fun with, and that we're supportive of each other, and that we have, common interests, and I'm so grateful. I said that for 6 months, by the way, before I met all of you guys. And so, anyhow, I just, look at that. I think I have blood on the floor. Anyhow, but I just wanted you to know that, so we have the family here, right? And then we have even extended family that we didn't know, but we know because of the family, like BJ. By the way, for those of you that don't know it, BJ wrote the jingle, for NPR? Yeah. I just think that's kind of fun to know. Yeah.
What was that?
Isn't that cool? And so, I'm so glad that you're here, and of course, Bonnie is part of that whole thing too. Here's another very interesting connection. This is Carol Kessler, right here. And we have an interesting. Okay, and I don't know that any of you have met Carol, have you?
Just did.
You just did. Well, Carol, our connection was from Santa Fe, and Carol's very talented, by the way. She does this whole thing with Emily Dickerson. That's an amazing, what do you call it?
It's a one-woman show.
Yeah. Splendid. Anyhow, but our connection is my best friend from high school, Peggy, and who died 2 years ago. And Carol, didn't you come to one of our Thanksgiving things? Yeah. And so, come to find out, Carol lived in Asheville. But our sweet connection is Peggy. And there's a lot of stories that I also wanted to share with you, not now, but camping with Peggy and all this stuff. Anyhow, but Peggy is off, doing other things now. Yeah. And, oh, you made it! Oh, thank you so much. Well, they're another story right here. Zachary, I'm kind of going to run it. And we know who family is here. Zach is our mortgage guy.
Hi, Zach.
And made it possible for us to buy this house. And he is so wonderful. He's amazing. If you ever know anybody. And not only that, but he is a very conscious being. And he's not just a mortgage person. He is I don't know what you call it, but anyhow, he's a good friend. And I so appreciate you, Zach. I really do. And I'm so glad that it happened. That you're here.
Coming out of his mouth.
Zach, you're a freak.
And I will say this, he stands up for a lot of good things. His kids go to Waldorf school, by the way. Okay? And so, anyhow, cool, conscious being. So as we go around the room there, Dawn, at least we not forget you, right? Dawn is a new friend. Dawn Carter, back there.
Hey, Don.
And Dawn was very involved with some building that we did. We, built a house for him, and he lives across the street from these houses that we're building, and he's just become a sweet friend. And he saved my butt when Marvin went to Dallas, right? And I had open house, and he sat there with me as my protectorate. Because you never know, right? Even though I even had a firearm, he was there too, and he stayed there with me. And then he noticed that there was my tire was going flat, and so he made all these arrangements for me to get it fixed because I had to go pick up Marvin at the airport. And so, Don, thank you so much.
Thanks, Don. It was a long walk home. Thank you.
for being present. And then we have Tom and Jean, who live right up this road at the end, and who I feel like there's angels right there. I always feel so good that you guys are right up there. And Tom built this house.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, he built several houses here. And his house and his daughter's house is going up right now. And couldn't have the most wonderful neighbors. And I just feel so comforting that you're up there all the time. And so anyhow, just wanted to say that. And we have other connections too that are really wonderful. And then we have Ellen and George over there. And it's kind of weird because, I felt like, is everybody here? Well, why don't you say where you're supposed to be right now?
New York City picking up our children. But when you said it was your birthday, we decided our car is packed and loaded, and we're going to leave from here because we couldn't miss this.
It's so sweet. And these two are like extraordinary also. Everybody here is extraordinary. I mean, Carol and Brian, who have always had so many wonderful events at their house for the family. And I just, each and every person, including these two little ones right there. Yeah,
I'm not little.
Oh my God.
I'm so shy.
You're not little. Well, okay. You're awfully cute. But Ellen, I met, of course, through Blaine and the theater and all that stuff. And we did Business Sings Broadway. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
First time I ever been on stage singing and dancing and all that jazz.
Yeah.
And she taught me. She said, "Oh, go for it. Be sexy." Whoa, and all that jazz. And she is so sexy on stage. She's like amazing.
I look like a lumberjack today.
No, you look so comfy. You look so
It's
comfy.
okay, you look at
But what a great mentor that she encouraged me, and she got me the right lipstick that you get online to make your lips look good, and I forgot to put any on today. But I just want to thank you so much for coming here, really, because they really were going out of town. They're getting ready to leave.
Last night. We're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have George over here, right? That, I'm always following him on Facebook. That he, and then I found something interesting out about you recently, that you're a leader in the Boy Scouts something.
Well, it's one of the things I do. I've been a Boy Scout since I've been 8 years old, for crying out loud.
Wow.
But I got involved with the Scouts here in Buncombe County, in Western North Carolina. So, yeah, I'm involved with them here. That's just one little thing I do.
Oh, yeah, he does a lot. You're an attorney and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
Tom has done so much work with, Pisco Legal, and everybody here is so gifted. Just everybody. And then, who's that? Oh, this is Marvin, huh? Oh, Marvin.
I made it. I had
Marvin.
something else to do, but I decided to be here.
Marvin told me he got me a birthday present.
Oh, it's funny.
And we don't typically like exchange gifts. Once in a while, a little something here or there. And so I went, oh, yeah, really? He said, oh yeah, I got you a really nice gift. And so I'm like, I wonder what it is, because I'm so picky about stuff, you know. Don't give me anything. Let me pick it out. So then I'm like, so I kind of forgot about it. And I said, he ordered something online, and he said, oh, it's really good, you know. Other people will wish they had it too. And I'm like, oh, really? What other people?
And
You
didn't
know?
I have one? Didn't I have one too? You
Yeah.
said that I had one.
Yeah, I mean, and I said, well, does Carol have one? You know. Well, anyhow, I went through the list. So then I started asking questions, and I should be a private investigator. I mean, really. And so I started asking him some simple questions. You know, well, how big is it? Is it something that I can use every day? Is that? And so then finally I said, well, what color is it? And he said, oh, it's off-white. Off-white? Off-white? Well, I don't like off-white. and I'm like, where is it going to go if it's off-white? And he said, well, it can go upstairs or downstairs. And I said, well, there's no room for anything upstairs. And it's a piece of equipment. It's a treadmill. But why would you get a off-white treadmill? Look, can you reorder it? And so I'm like,
Yet you're unappreciative.
Nobody else here is going to buy anything for you. No.
I have to confess right now.
I guarantee you that.
Nothing off-white though.
Good job.
And so I'm going on and on about this. And so the night before the gift came, I'm just giving him a hard time about it, and I went overboard just because we were laughing our butts off, and I was like, I don't like anything off-white. I mean, I want to take it back already, and so I kept giving him a hard time. And then I said, well, how big is it? And then he said, well, it's a little bit bigger than you, and I said, well, how wide is it? Because I'm thinking, oh, crap, he's got me something that, where am I going to hide it in the house? And I don't want him to choose any furniture or anything, right? And so, because I'm not picky, right? You know. So then I started thinking, okay, it's this high, this big. I said, well, how much does it weigh? Well, he said, it's about 100 pounds. I said, 100 pounds?
Thank you.
Do you know how much I weigh?
Yeah, 100 pounds.
Yeah. Anyhow, and so he's like, I said, okay, 100 pounds. I said, well, can I take it upstairs and downstairs? You know, can I mean, 100 pounds, I can't carry that up and down. He said, oh, it goes very easily. Up and down.
It has kind of wheels for it. Wheels.
And then he said, oh,
Hands.
you are going to love it. And I did ask him what kind of wheels, and I went on and on. Anyhow, and so he said, you're going to love it. He said, in fact, you're going to probably cry when you see it. And I said, oh, really? What would make me cry?
That was my mistake.
Yeah.
And then he said, you have wanted this for a long time. You mentioned it to me before. And I'm like, what did I do? One time I mentioned I wouldn't mind having a treadmill again. And blah, blah, blah. And I was trying to think, what have I said that I wanted? Because I don't want a lot of stuff, I'm not a want person. And so then, here's what happened. Yesterday, was it yesterday? God, it seems like a year ago. Yesterday, Marvin had to get something done on his car. The backup thing and, little thing. And then he said, your gifts are supposed to arrive about 4 o'clock. Oh, good. You're going to be here, right? No? Well, if I'm not here, don't open it, So he starts talking like that to me. And so he goes, and then he says, he texts me, I think the gift's going to be late. Oh, really? The gift is going to be late. I'm not kidding you guys. That's about all. And then all of a sudden, I started weeping. And I started crying crocodile tears. And because I said, oh my